60%. Woohoo! Here we go. All right. Matthew, filling in for Mark once again. I love it when you do the countdown.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Greetings, citizens! You're now trapped in the nerd cage with your hosts Mark and Jay. We hope you have a smashing good time.
I want to hear Grandpa Pickles, please.
Back in my day, Tommy, 15 million people walked down the street, and, you know, Stu, you gotta leave Tommy out of this.
Just funny enough, at the Chicago Comic-Con, I learned a very valuable lesson, and so I didn't see much about it, but like one of the centerpiece presentations was a discussion with the cast of Umbrella Academy, and I learned a very valuable lesson that if you don't show up 3 hours early, you're not gonna get a seat. You're not getting it.
Listen, everyone that's in the chat right now, we are very much aware of the events that transpired 2 nights ago. Eddie Van Halen was the most revolutionary guitarist of all time, and he is missed. If you are a Van Halen fan and you're in the chat right now, I want you to name your favorite Van Halen song. By the time we open up this broadcast, we want to see nothing but Van Halen songs in the chat. So yes, here we go. Yes! Hello and welcome. That's right, you're trapped in NerdCage Live. This ain't just a reaction show, but a debate show. And a live discussion on everything that makes people like you and I tick. So thank you for joining us on this killer Thursday night. You chose us over Tom Brady. So please hit that like button and subscribe. I'm your co-host, Jay St. G, coming to you live from Syracuse, New York. And Mark earlier today had to use a sick day. So for the second time filling in, the man of 1,000 voices hailing from Los Angeles, California, Matthew Farden. And with him, our guest, the mightiest mortal from Phoenix, Arizona, from Monstrosities, a vlog of Tokusatsu, Matt Burkett. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for these fine folks on your screen tonight. Let's go!
How's it going, everybody?
What the guys?
Oh, thank you. Oh, yes, we are amazing. Yes.
I'm sorry.
You guys are amazing. Look at everyone who showed up tonight. Paul Tackett, Hannah Ray, Titan Gochi, Scotty Bannock, Takala. And look at that, Van Halen songs. You guys are wonderful. All right. So, how's everybody doing? How you gentlemen doing? Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you for having me. Really sorry to hear that Mark had to take a sick day, but, you know, I'm here. I'm really excited, and let's do this.
Yes, everybody wish Mark well, all right? He'll be back next week. He obviously had got ill unexpectedly. Don't relax, it's not COVID, nothing serious, but he couldn't be here tonight. But Matthew stepped up, so we're really happy. Everything going on. Look at that. Alexander the Sweller showed up. Follow on Gaming on Moderators here. Oh my god, dude. This is bonkers.
My boy Alex is here.
Yes. So Matt Burkett, man.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Hi.
Thank you for taking your busy time off
What's
your
up?
schedule to be here, man.
Bro, like I told you, I freaking needed this week. The past 2 weeks have been nuts. Like, I haven't even been able to do my own stream, so it's like nice to actually, be a guest on another. So thank you for having me.
Yeah, so I'm sure most people know who you are, but for those who don't know you, give a little background on yourself, dude.
Most people don't know who I am, so there's that. But hello.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
No, oh gosh. My name is Matt Burkett. I run a Godzilla YouTube channel / Tokusatsu channel called Monstrosities, a vlog of Tokusatsu. We've been at it for a pretty long time. We're a smaller channel, but we might be small, but we got a strong little group of people that's it's a lot of fun. So yeah, and I do some side things here and there, and yeah.
There
Exciting
we go.
times.
Excellent. Yeah, so listen.
Always fun.
Subscribe to Monstrosities if you're not subscribed to that channel already. Oh my gosh, like the best kaiju talk on the internet, man, for real. And let me tell you something, Matt Burkett, like, whew, let's just say, like, your reviews, okay, are one of a kind that you and Brian do. Your partner, Brian.
I don't really think that there's any other Godzilla movie reviewer out there that has an Italian, as a sidekick. And usually our reviews smell a lot like spaghetti. So, and I think Brian's here actually because I noticed a comment in the chat, so that's why I made that little jab, just a slight little jab.
Well, here's the thing though, like I like your style of reviews because the comedy that you guys bring and your commentary. And here's the thing, I'm not trying to put no one else down, but like I swear, maybe you guys weren't the first to do it. The whole formula. You got the Godzilla expert and the not so Godzilla expert. And there's been so many podcasts and so many other channels that are kind of like copycatting and doing the same train. They're like, hey, let's start a podcast where we got the kaiju expert and the the non-kaiju expert. And like I said, not to put any of those others down because I'm a fan of a lot of those other podcasts, but like I feel like you guys were like the first ones to really do it right. And
well, thank
you don't necessarily have to be the first one, to perfect it. So
it helps when you got a buddy that you've known for 20 years, and it also helps when you got a buddy who you can, not only do your taste in movies vibe, but your sense of humor also vibes. You know what I mean? So there's I think that relationship and that friendship really adds a lot to it. I'm not sitting here saying like, oh, it's the best ever, but I think it adds a lot to just the kind of the how we play off each other and stuff like that. I'm glad that some people have actually gotten entertainment out of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's basically just like with any entertainment, especially when I do voiceover and when I do acting. It's you have to have the right scene partner. You have to meld. Things have to work. You have to be able to play off each other to make a really good scene.
Totally. And Brian is one of my best friends. I mean, I absolutely love the guy. We have had more laughs together than I can freaking count. But watching the Godzilla movies with him has been awesome. I just wish that I could finish them up. They take a little while to get out, but it's always been a fun time whenever we actually do manage to get them out.
Yeah, definitely. Jay's my Godzilla partner when we watch stuff. Jay's the one who got me mostly into it, especially in college. And I just remember watching those. I still Jeto Jaguar. He's still my guy. I love Jet.
You gotta love Jet Jaguar, man.
I think Godzilla vs. Megalon is like one of those movies that you have to play when your friends are over and we're all drinking and doing whatever and having a good time. I feel like that's like the great Godzilla movie to like break the ice, to laugh. That's another thing I appreciate about your channel, Matt, is that you're willing to, like, yeah, you're a kaiju fan, but you can laugh at these movies and not take it so serious.
You have to. I mean, you gotta have a sense of humor about it. I mean, it can't be all serious all the time. I mean, there's a way to take it seriously and there's a way to have fun with it. But I think that there's a balance. You can have respect for it, but still have fun with it at the same time. Okay, so I'm seeing the chat right now, and they're demanding it. Obviously, the big Godzilla news broke this week, and I hope this doesn't start a rift between us, Matt. But it was announced that there is a Godzilla anime, another one in the works coming on Netflix. So, Matt, your initial thoughts, and I'll chime in after you. Hopefully, we don't start duking out after this. Well, I will tell you this much. I knew of this a year and a half ago. Yep. And it just finally went official. I didn't know much. I knew that there was a director that had been attached because there was a friend of mine who kind of knew this stuff. So it was really exciting to kind of see this all kind of come together. Really looking forward to what they have planned. Obviously, this is totally different than the 3 Polygon movies that they did back in 2017, 2018. Obviously, I might have a little bit of affinity towards the.
I know you do.
just a little bit.
I know, because I was talking to Titan Goji like yesterday, and we were kind of talking about it, and I told him, here's one of my exact words. I told Titan Goji, I hated the anime trilogy. I'm sorry, man. I tried, but I'm excited for this new anime. I'm going to give this new anime a chance. Hopefully this will be the anti-anime trilogy Godzilla anime.
Well, you see, you would have had a different perspective had you seen those movies in Japan on opening day.
That's the thing. I'm not going to knock you. I understand you went to Japan to see them, so I understand the sentimental value. But like for me,
I also understand not liking them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here. There are things about them that are worthwhile. But I'm not going to sit here and be like, no, it is on par with Godzilla 54 and Godzilla's Revenge as the best Godzilla movies ever made. And yes, I said Godzilla's Revenge is the best Godzilla movie ever made because that's what experts say these days.
That's one thing we got to talk about later. We have to talk about Godzilla's Revenge later because I got something I want to share with you guys I hadn't shared before. By the way, I want to show everybody something in the chat.
Yep.
Check out this headrush shirt.
That's awesome.
I got this from the KAIJU Apostle podcast. I won it.
He's gone and done it. He's gone and done it.
Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
Yes, they are. I absolutely love their podcast. I'm hooked on it. And I can't wait to hear you appear on their podcast, Matt, because...
Yeah, I think I got to double check. I think it's February.
And David, if you are here, I would love to have you on our show. David, I know I've messaged you a couple times. We would love to have you on NerdCage Live, David. You're a cool dude. We'd love to have you on. Okay, so yeah, I mean, okay, so yeah, like I said, I'm gonna give this anime a chance. I'm pretty excited for it. And some other news that broke today. Shifting gears here. Okay.
Breaking news.
You guys know I'm a diehard Mortal Kombat fan, obviously.
Well, yeah.
Combat Pack 2 was announced for Donkey Kong. Mortal Kombat 11. So Matt Burkett, in case you didn't hear, Rambo is going to be a guest character.
Really? Rambo? Why not Rocky? I mean, come on. You know, hey, I'm going to go beat up some, I don't know. Like, come on.
Listen, I'm a diehard Stallone and Rambo fan. I do not like this.
Or what was that one where he was like an arm wrestling champion or something?
Over the top.
Why not that character? Why Rambo? Come on.
I'd like to see that.
Dude, you know what makes Over the Top so great? I don't know how Stallone does it, but like he's arm wrestling in this movie, and somehow his lower lip sinks beneath his chin when he's arm wrestling. He's like, I don't know how he does it. Like seriously, his lower lip goes below his chin. It's amazing. That's like some serious chin acting, dude.
I'm surprised nobody's done like a meme of that or something where they just keep showing his chin just going down the screen and down and then through like the floor.
You know what? I like Brian's idea better. Why not put Thunder Lips in Mortal Kombat instead?
Thunder Lips in the flesh, baby.
But no, it's pretty awesome that they got him in there. They also have Rain and Melina.
Yes, Rain and Melina. I have a problem with that because Melina's been in like every goddamn game except for a small few, and we just had Rain 2 games ago. So like, out of the rich history of Mortal Kombat, why couldn't they have like a Raiko or Serena, Havoc? You know, like I want Natara. Like, you know, I wish they dug a little deeper instead of bringing characters that we recently had. And a guest character that doesn't make sense. Listen, I love Rambo, but it doesn't make sense. They're just doing it because they want an excuse to have Arnold and Stallone in the same game.
I was thinking, it's definitely they were looking more towards the marketability. They're like, well, if we've got Arnold as the Terminator, we got to have Rambo with his machine guns and everything.
I mean, have any of these DLC characters ever made sense? I mean, they have freaking Predator.
No, here's the thing. Predator, I can put my beliefs aside. Like, yeah, Predator's hunting across the galaxy. He wants to enter a tournament for the best fighter. I can understand that one. I can understand Terminator because you're talking time travel. Skynet sends the Terminator to the wrong timeline in Mortal Kombat. I can kind of comprehend that. But Rambo, Vietnam veteran, stumbling into a Mortal Kombat tournament makes no sense. On top of that, call me a bitch. I don't care. I don't want to see John Rambo get his head ripped off or, you know, dismembered like that. I don't want to see Rambo die like that, okay?
Maybe his lower lip will go even farther when, like, past his, like, you know, ripped off. It'll just. I fucked up that joke, but whatever.
Lipality.
Yeah, exactly. Good grief.
Oh, goodness gracious. So we covered the Godzilla anime, we covered Mortal Kombat, so, this is going to kind of be like an open floor, so the chat, what do you guys got? Oh my god, everyone's just like naming like random characters to put in Mortal Kombat.
I mean, they should put, let's see here, like the Greasy Strangler would be a perfect fit. Like, I would love to play as Big Ron.
I'm so glad you brought that
Mortal Kombat
movie
11.
up. I really am. There we go. For those who don't know who the Greasy Strangler is, there's a picture of it for you guys to look at. So this man here, Matt Burkett, has been going around the internet, around the world.
I go on my streams to all 20 people and just say the same shtick over and over, all over the internet. Come on, Jay.
Okay, so like maybe it took me a couple times for me to finally
Just go with it.
So Greasy Strangler is readily available on Amazon Prime for free to watch. Okay, this movie, I've been trying to get Marq. I've been trying to get Marq so bad.
He still hasn't seen it?
No, he refuses to. In fact, Marq got so pissed. I posted the trailer on his Facebook wall, and he got pissed.
Man.
Not like pissed, but he's like, "Come on, dude, really?" And I'm like, Marq, come on.
Just take him to the car wash. It's all good.
But yes, Matthew Farden, you sat through it. I want you give your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts, okay? Because I Matt lured me in, then I lured Matthew in.
It's
like
a
syphilis.
It's a vicious chain. It's just like phone call, except it just gets worse and worse.
Yeah, it's like
Or
an
phone
STD.
tag.
You can't get rid of it. Matt gave it to me, and I gave it to Matt too.
Yeah, it's like the Rona, highly.
That's one where you. that was one that I watched it, and it's just one. You just got to go in and enjoy it. You just got to have no expectations, and you just got to watch it and laugh. And it was just. And there were a lot of great like one-liners, and it's so bad, it's so good. And I still think every time they cut to the car wash was like one of the funniest things. It's great. It's great. If anybody really just wants to, just not have expectations, watch a hilarious video and not be afraid of just like all the stuff that's in it, just be open to it and just watch the movie, then just watch it. Enjoy it. It's goddamn hilarious.
Okay, let me tell you something. If the Toxic Avenger, Napoleon Dynamite, and Tim and Eric had like a threesome orgy and they had a love child together, that's what the Greasy Strangler is. If you like those three movies, this is what the Greasy Strangler is. It's right up your alley.
It's a good way to sum it up. That's yeah.
Yeah, it is. It really is something else. I mean, it's become kind of a joke to constantly bring it up because it's just one of those things. But it's a movie I really cracks me up, and I'm really glad that something as weird and unique as that can exist with the kind of quality, talented people that are behind it to make it come into existence. The fact that we're so allowed to have these kinds of movies instead of just the constant Hollywood schlock. I mean, say what you will about it, you don't have to love it, but it's still neat that we can still have that kind of thing. So, it's something else.
It was just incredible watching it because like it's not just like your stereotypical like making fun of yourself bad movie. The cinematics and the cinematography and everything was great in it.
Oh, totally.
I really liked it.
Totally. I mean, the team behind it, you look at some of the producers like Ant Timpson. I mean, he did like the ABCs of Death, both 1 and 2. Deathgasm, which is a really great horror comedy. Freaking Elijah Wood also produced it.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Yeah, it had a lot of quality people behind it. And yeah, like you said, like I think there's a big difference between like, oh my gosh, look, we're funny because we're a bad movie. Look, our cinematography kind of sucks. It takes a certain amount of creativity to be able to pull off what they pulled off, if that makes sense. Rather than just being like, okay, just have at it and laugh at our incompetence, It
had like if Tim and Eric made like a high budget movie.
Yeah, I hear that a lot.
Feel to it.
I hear that a lot, but yeah, in a couple weeks here, there's actually supposedly a convention. Remember I told you I was going to go to Vegas, Jason?
Yep.
Yeah. supposedly there's a convention that's going to be taking place in Vegas. I'm still not really quite sure if it's going to happen, but both the actors are going to be there from the Greasy Strangler.
Nice.
Oh man, that's awesome.
That's the reason why I'm going.
I see Hannah Ray in the chat. She mentions you did a really awesome interview with forgive me, was the
Sky Elbert.
Yep.
Sky Elbert, yeah.
On Monstrosities, so please check that out. Again, subscribe to Monstrosities. Definitely check out that interview. Now, Matthew Farden, I have to ask you. You know how this movie spreads like a disease? Did you show anybody else the Greasy Strangler?
I recommended it. I recommended it to a couple people. They haven't gotten back to me and said if they watched it. I hope they do eventually. But I told 2 or 3 of my closest friends out here to watch it. So of course I'm gonna try to spread as much as I can. It's just I was like, just watch it and just laugh, enjoy.
Awesome.
Couldn't resist. I have a soundboard. I want to play with it. All right.
Cool.
But yeah, like I said, Greasy Strangler. It's a who. It's unique. It's bizarre. It's hilarious. But yeah, I thank you, Matt Burkett, because that movie did change my life. And now I feel like you're passing me the torch, and I'm trying to get like I said, if we can just get Marq to watch it. Marq, if you're watching this, let me put a picture of Marq up real quick. Hang on. Marq, if you are seeing this, man, we want you to watch this movie. Marq, you need to watch Greasy Strangler. Sorry, I have a screenshot of Marq on the screen.
That's awesome.
Mark's just gonna have like the biggest power frown every time. Until he finally watches it, and then literally it just like pops out and then just turns into a smile, and he's like, "Oh, that was good."
I mean, like I said, he's very, very resistant. I mean, I don't know how else to convince him. Like, the problem is with Marq is like he doesn't trust my taste because he knows I like Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey, and he always like hammers me on that. Like, I'm not gonna listen to your recommendations because you recommend those crappy movies and blah 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 blah. He does that to me all the damn time. But I take his recommendations all the time. So for once, Marq, please take this recommendation from all 3 of us. All 3 of us are asking you to watch Greasy Strangler, Marq.
Do it, Marq. Do it.
And yes, this is Marq's show. Don't get it twisted, everybody. This is Marq's show. I'm just the co-host. Now listen, I wish Marq was here because one of the things I want to talk about today with Marq, with Matt Burkett, is Godzilla. All right, I really, really want to like talk about like. Marq's not a kaiju guy, so like, So I figure what better opportunity if Marq's watching this right now. Recommendations from all 3 of us. Like let's say like 3, maybe 4 recommendations from each of us about what Godzilla movie would you recommend to Marq to kind of like gently like lure him in. Like I'm not gonna go to Marq's house and I'm gonna like dump all these Godzilla movies. Like, oh my God, Marq, you gotta see all these movies. So Matt Burkett, I'm gonna start with you. I want you to choose 4 movies, maybe 3, maybe 4 movies to lure Marq in.
Godzilla specifically? We're not talking Tokusatsu.
Okay,
we're talking about
yes, Tokusatsu, yes. Yeah, Kaiju and Godzilla, yes.
Okay, well, I mean, you could take 3 of the 4 and just do the Gamera trilogy right there. I mean, Gamera Guardian of the Universe is one of, in my opinion, I know you might think a little bit differently, which is totally cool.
Yeah.
For me, Gamera Guardian of the Universe is like Star Wars: A New Hope. It is such an easily accessible, fun, greatly made movie that really was made by some of the greatest creatives in the Kaiju Eiga field. You also have Shin Godzilla. I know that's a bit of a controversial one, but I think it's a very important one. From the Showa series, I mean, if I know we were just talking about this before, it's really fun, and I know a lot of people are going to be like, what? That's stupid. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla is kind of fun. It really kind of is. Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, same kind of thing. You have that really fun kind of, just that old Showa vibe. You don't really have that in any other places in the series, this might be another controversial one, but Godzilla 2000, the American cut, very well done edit, really kind of a fun ride. So I think those would be a pretty good starting point, in my opinion.
Okay. So Matthew Farden, I'm going to turn it over to you, man.
I gotta go with I apologize if it's wrong. I think it's Godzilla versus Megalon, where Jet Jaguar's in it.
Yes.
Yes, I would definitely recommend that one. Is that also the one where he does the sideways kick?
Yes.
Yep. yeah.
See how he remembers like specific parts?
Yeah. Definitely Godzilla versus Megalon is like a first like gateway drug, so to speak, into the Godzilla. I think that would be a perfect one. It's a perfect mesh of everything. There's a lot of, I mean, everyone has memorable moments, but for me personally, that movie in particular, it had a lot of like ones where I literally just like looked over at Jay and just like peed myself laughing. And I was like, did that really happen? And Jay's like, yeah, man, it happened.
I'm looking at Paul Tech in the chat. Says Mark don't fold under peer pressure. Also, Pots Kaiju Inc. says I think any of the standalone films are good. Starting points 54, 2000, Shin, and 84. Good one, Donald Potts. Very good one. Hannah Ray says for me, Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019, Godzilla vs. Megalon, Godzilla Final Wars, and Shin Gojira. Fall One Gaming, our moderator, says Jason, what movie did we travel to see? That was Godzilla Final Wars. We went to the movie theater to see that in Rochester. I'm glad you remember that. Okay, so my recommendations. So, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to go Godzilla 54. That is a must. Mark, if you're watching, Godzilla 54 is a must. If you have HBO Max, you can watch it there. I'm also going to agree with Matt Burkett, Shin Gojira. Because I just showed that to my parents, who are not kaiju fans, by the way, and they liked it. Another movie I'm going to recommend, Kong Skull Island, because of the star power. I think Kong Skull Island's a good lore into kaiju and definitely into the MonsterVerse, because the best MonsterVerse movie is the one without Godzilla in it. Sorry. And finally, as much as I dislike these movies, it's just because I know how Mark is, and Mark is an anime person.
Wow. Really?
I would recommend the first Godzilla anime movie on Netflix to Mark, just to see what he thinks. He may just like it, knowing him. I hated it, but I know Mark's into anime, and he's into good storytelling.
Wow.
He may go
not
for
expecting that. That's
So those are my 4 picks.
Controversial, my friend.
It's just, like I said, it's just because I know Mark is into anime. Like, I remember he referred me to the what's that show that just got canceled on Netflix there? The Altered Carbon. And there was
what show hasn't been canceled?
Yeah, true. But like Altered Carbon had like a prequel anime that Mark recommended to me, and I like that a lot. So like when it comes to anime, like I trust Mark, and I feel like maybe, just maybe, the Godzilla anime, maybe if he doesn't like that one, then I'm just gonna tell him don't watch the other 2. But if he likes it, maybe that'll get him into at least the trilogy. Maybe, I don't know. But I just figured, knowing Mark, the anime trilogy is kind of a good one to lure him in.
Fair. Hey, you got to meet halfway. You got to come together in the middle, and create the single path. Create that path towards the movies.
Yes, and okay, so there's one Godzilla movie controversial that's sort of getting like a, I don't know, like recent praise for whatever reason. So Matt Burkett, can you please explain to everybody in the chat who may not be a kaiju fan, and to explain to Matthew Farden, the movie Godzilla's Revenge for us, quick, please?
It was the movie that came after Destroy All Monsters, so like 1969, I think.
Yep.
And it's about a little Japanese boy who has daydreams of adventures with Minya, the son of Godzilla, on Monster Island, and we get all sorts of stock footage adventures of past Godzilla movies. It's a fun movie if, for what it is and for the limitations that they had. It holds a special place in my heart because I grew up with it as a kid.
Yeah.
But in recent years, it has been declared seemingly to be like one of the best Godzilla movies of all time, if not the second best Godzilla movie of all time, and which has often made me wonder and question the validity of such claims, but opinions.
Here's the thing. The movie is not good because of, like you just said, the stock footage. And yes, it's a kid's movie. And yes, it's a meta. It doesn't take place in the Godzilla universe per se.
Yeah.
But the reason why I like the movie, like, I don't hate it like everybody else. Like, I think, here's what I like about it, is I think it teaches the right message, meaning don't be a pussy, stand up to the bullies. That's why I like it. But I was doing some really, like, hard thinking, And so, Matt, when we met at G-Fest a couple years ago, I personally pulled you aside and shared with you, like, I would love to do a sequel to Destroy All Monsters. I would love to do a remake of War of the Gargantuas in the Monsterverse. I just came up with a new idea for a new Godzilla movie that I would like to do. Call me crazy as much as I don't like this movie. I want to do a sequel, a direct sequel to Godzilla's Revenge. Hear me out. Ichiro, the kid, now in his 70s, is a grumpy old man, and he's dying. He's in his not on his deathbed, but he's dying. He resented his parents. He resents his family. He hates his son. He hates everything about his life up to this point. He knows he's dying.
On his pre-deathbed.
Yes. I would love to see a Godzilla's Revenge sequel of an old Ichiro about to die, and he gets visits from Minya and Monster Island as an old man. Kind of like, as much as I hate this movie, like Christopher Robin. You know how, like, in Christopher Robin, like, he fought in World War II and completely forgot about Winnie the Pooh and all that shit? This is the same thing. Like, he becomes old and cranky and forgets his adventures on Monster Island and this and that, and then Minya comes back to him saying, "Hey, you should really make up with your son, and stuff like that." I would love to do a sequel to Godzilla's Revenge from that perspective. Drops the mic.
If the Spinosaurus from Jurassic Park 3 was to fight against Godzilla in that, I would be all for it, Like, just bring in all the fan fiction in the world and let's do it. Let's freaking do it.
Hey, see you later, Donald Potts. Thanks for dropping in, man. Thanks for dropping in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for stopping.
Yeah.
Ultimately, look, there's nothing wrong with Godzilla's Revenge.
Yeah.
But, and Matthew, sorry for cutting you off here.
No, you're good. You're good.
But the thing that I think that can really be said about any of these movies is that if there are enough people that want to justify that these are in fact masterpieces, if it's a movie like Godzilla versus the Sea Monster, or if it's a Godzilla or a movie like Godzilla versus Gigan or something like that, you could do that, But it's just because you have a select group of writers, this is all my opinion, that slant towards that direction because it's a Honda movie. It's because and Honda is the god of all filmmakers in KAIJU land. It's now suddenly this amazing movie. It's been demeaned for years.
Yeah.
But now it's great. In a couple years, it'll be another movie, And it's also really hot to hate on the Heisei movies. The Heisei movies are awful, despite the fact that they had great significance to the franchise as a whole. It's just silly a little bit to me, just to listen about how the cinematic artistic qualities of Revenge, and then movies like the anime trilogy, which has some amazing production aspects, and Shin for that matter too, just disregarded. Oh, it's just political nonsense. Who cares about that? When these movies all have something to offer. So
yeah,
it's just a little weird. I don't know. I'm not really too hot on it, but it is what it is.
Paul Tech is teasing me, saying, he says your movie sounds like the movie Up. I can't watch that movie because the beginning really bums me out, dude. That's like the saddest montage I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god!
It encompasses life to death so so perfectly, though. I agree. But man, that's like that one little section right there could have just been an independent film in itself, like when they do the shorts before the Pixar movies.
You are right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I love the Pixar movies. I really do. I'm really looking forward to Soul.
That looks great. I can't wait.
Yeah. Okay. So we're going to shift gears just a tad here. There was a great conversation about Godzilla. I think we're all in agreement that Godzilla is the one franchise where they can keep pumping out the fucking sequels. Like keep them coming. I endure all the sequels. Like keep them coming. But
hell yeah.
I think we can all agree, everybody in the chat, and the three of us can agree there are some movies that did not need sequels. So, that being said, Matthew Farden, is there one movie in particular that you wish never got a sequel?
Oh man, yeah, actually, I would have to say The Hangover.
That's
I would definitely have to say that. That's like a big one that pops up to my head.
Mr. Matt Burkett.
Yeah, there can only be one, and I wish there was only one Highlander movie.
Those are terrific picks.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I listen, I thought about this long and hard, long before we were going to have this debate that we're about to have. But my pick, if I were Thanos right now, and I had the gauntlet, and I were to snap away the sequels, I'm going to have to say Predator.
Dun, dun, dun.
So you know what, bitches? Let's take it to the cage. Let's go.
Okay, ladies and gents, it's time for Rage in the Cage.
Finish him.
So strap in and join the fight in the comments below. Pick a side, Team Marq or Team J. Who will it be?
Rage in the Cage, baby. Keeping
Ding,
it
ding,
somewhat
ding.
kaiju themed. Destroy all sequels. So we have The Hangover versus Highlander versus Predator. Let's go. So Matthew Farden, go first. Why, compared to the other ones that we just mentioned here, why is the most important one that needs to be wiped from existence are the sequels to The Hangover?
I think the main reason is because literally The Hangover Part 2 is just now the other friend is going and more shenanigans happen. Whereas opposed to like, I can sort of, as much as I agree with you guys as well, at least the other ones kind of like set up another sort of thing where it's like this one, it just feels more like they did a copy and paste sort of thing there. You know what I mean? They're just like, now we've done this story, but now we're going to do the friends wedding. And you know, it kind of just feels like a recycle. And I just think that it's like, you know, it's just one of those type of films where it's like one and done, like Tommy Boy. It's like just like one and done. That's all you have to do. It's not like now they're just like now Richard's head of the company and the shenanigans ensue and let's see him go on the same sort of journey, you know, that kind of thing. So that's my defense for it. I just think that The Hangover, they made their point. It's hilarious. It's a great movie, great standalone movie. But the sequel obviously was just you know, they were just riding the Hangover train. They were trying to get their second hangover in the same sense.
Matthew, Monstrosities, make your argument for why there should be only one Highlander.
Highlander 2! Highlander freaking 2! I don't even care if you're talking the Renegade cut. The thing's a piece of you-know-what. It's stupid. Then they tried to fix it with Highlander 3, and it was freaking awful. I didn't even bother with the other 4 Highlander movies. There's that one where Lambert and the other guy from the TV show came together, and then the sci-fi TV movie was number 5. That was with Adrian Brody, right? That's the guy.
Adrian Paul.
Yeah, Adrian Paul, whatever.
Paul, yeah.
One of the Adrians, right? Highlander, the first movie, okay? The director's cut of the first movie, so ahead of its time stylistically. It was really well edited, high concept, fun freaking flick, right? It told the end of the Immortals. There was no story after that because any story that continued after that would just have to reset all this freaking stuff that happened in the first movie. It's stupid. It's so stupid. I only like the first one, and I can't even derive any enjoyment. Well, actually, that's not true. Highlanders 2 is good for a good laugh. But that's about it.
But that's
it. You know, all these freaking things should be like, you know, like thrown and banished to the planet Zeiss, you know, from Highlander 2. It's screw those movies.
A very compelling argument.
Okay, this is both of you. Listen, I'm just gonna say right now to Matthew Farden, Hangover 3 had its moments and I laughed, but you're okay. To Matt from Monstrosities, okay, I get enjoyment out of Highlander 3: The Sorcerer, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of the TV series. So I can't
Well, hold on. We're not counting the TV series. We're counting film sequels.
Wait, hold on.
Films.
If you watch the TV series, it's a sequel to the first movie. There's
that's
there's
a TV
references
show.
of the Kurgan.
You're changing the rules of the game. You're the Kurgan in this case.
What do you think?
I'm
You're the
just
co-host of
saying
the
that,
show or
you know
something?
what? Yes, you got Highlander 2, but you know what? Highlander 3, it was alright. Highlander Endgame was crap.
Just because
Highlander
you have
Source
bad
was
taste.
crap. But the
Just
TV
because you
series
got
was
bad
good.
taste.
The TV series was good. Now let's talk Predator. Okay? Predator, the first one's one of my all-time favorite movies. I mean, Arnold. You got Apollo Creed. You got Bill Duke. You got Shane Black. Like, get to the chopper. I mean, this like it's like one of the greatest action movies. It's an ensemble film. It's so much goddamn fun. You know, like
You've also got Jesse Ventura.
Get to the chopper!
yes,
Don't
Jesse
forget
Ventura
that.
too. Now listen. Then Predator 2 happened. Okay, Predator 2 is no good. Danny Glover couldn't save that
Highlander
movie.
3 is good, but Predator 2 isn't.
Yes.
What are you smoking? Because I want some, please. This is incredible.
Listen, Predator 2 is terrible.
Isn't Gary Busey in Predator 2?
Yes.
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 That does not save it. No.
Hey guys.
Okay,
You wanna see
I'm
me
not
kill
finished
Predator?
yet. Then Predators with Adrian Brody happened. That was
Yeah.
a disappointment.
Yeah.
Then,
Oh well, yeah.
and then listen, I was leading that hype train back in high school. When they announced Alien vs. Predator and Paul Anderson from Mortal Kombat and Resident Evil was directing, I was all for it. I'm like, fuck yeah, Alien vs. Predator is finally happening. Like, take my money, my body's ready. And I'm like, and I'm a senior year of high school. I'm so excited, and I'm there opening night, and I was so fucking let down. I'm like, because it says whoever wins, we lose. But that's not what happened. The Predator teamed up with the humans. Like, what the fuck were they thinking?
But Jason, we got the Alien vs. Predator game from Capcom, the arcade game, and that was a sequel to the Alien vs. Predator the franchise, and that's an amazing video game to play.
No, actually, it is. And then, but we're talking movies. All right, so then, Alien vs. Predator.
If you can count TV shows, we can count fucking video games. That's how it goes.
It's getting
I'm not
pretty heated,
finished.
folks.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem was even worse. Like, oh my god, like they're like, hey, how could we make a worse movie? Hold my beer. Like, how? And then, against all my conscience was telling me, and I regret this. This is 2 hours I'll never get back. Then a couple years ago, Shane Black brings us The Predator with Keegan-Michael Key and Olivia Munn, and then there was like Predator Dogs. Oh my god, that was the shittiest movie I've ever seen in my life. It was like, oh my god, dude, there's no
But
saving
Highlander
Predator.
3 is incredible.
I'll take Highlander 3 over any of the Predator sequels. Okay?
I will say this,
I'll
I love
take
Keegan-Michael Key.
Hangover 3 over any of the Predator sequels. And that's my argument, and that's why y'all gotta go Team NerdCage 02, Team J for the win right now, everybody.
Oh, I'll RKO the hell out of you, dude. Out of freaking nowhere. Seriously, Predator 2? Like, that's the bad one, but Highlander 3 is good?
Highlander 3 is alright. It's
1, 2,
alright.
3. Highlander wins, dude. I'm sorry. We just...
No, Predator, snap away those
It's
sequels.
you're laying to get up, and I'm gonna punt kick you now. I'm just gonna orton you. You know, it's over. It's done.
Matthew
I'm just
Farden,
happy
you're
to be
really
here.
relaxed over there.
I'm just happy to be here.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you know,
just-
it's so unfortunate too, because you know Predator is such a really cool franchise.
It is.
The first movie is fantastic,
Yes.
and I think number 2 really expanded upon the mythology and the character of what the Predator was, and it has spawned some great stuff. But it bums me out that such a cool, great movie monster has been in such a slew of just lackluster sequels. I didn't even bother with the latest one. Predators with Adrian Brody was awful, like god awful.
They tried.
But I mean, I would happen to agree with you. I think I can get some enjoyment out of Predator 2, certainly much more than most of the Highlander movies or
Okay.
freaking the other ones. But it seriously is a damn shame because the Predator is a cool monster and
Yes.
deserves much better than what he got. And same thing goes with the Alien, you know? I mean, they both kind of travel
You know what?
that same path.
Here's the thing about Alien. At least Alien, we got aliens. So
Exactly.
I couldn't pick that. Same with
Exactly.
Terminator. At least Terminator, we got Terminator 2. I was thinking really hard. Listen, I almost went with Highlander. I really did. But then I remembered The Predator with Shane Black. And then I remember the Alien vs. Predator movies. And then, like I said, I can't get on board Predator 2. So without hesitation, I have to go Predator on this, man. We got to get rid of those fucking sequels. Like I said, Thanos snapped them all away. Again, destroy all sequels. We could probably do this debate many more times.
You know
This is
what
what I love
though?
about it.
If we didn't have Predator 2, we wouldn't have had the Alien vs. Predator franchise. And even though the movies sucked, we agreed that
But
there
we
were
had
some
the
good
comics
video
and the games, though.
and some really great action figures too. But that movie, Predator 2, was the reason why we got that. That one shot in the trophy room is what spawned that idea. So if you Thanos snapped that out of existence, we couldn't enjoy like the Capcom arcade game.
How do
we
you
were
know
talking
that?
about.
Because
Predator 2 was what started it. The xenomorph skull in the freaking trophy room started it all. And if Thanos snapped it, and I lost all my experiences playing that game. I actually just played it with Max over the weekend because we got like this little like retro pie thing.
Yeah.
Right? Played it on the big screen. It's such a beautiful game. I'd be mad at you, Jay. I'd be mad at you for robbing me the experience of playing one of the best arcade games of all time.
You know, I love how Matthew Farden is just chilling there, just letting us duke it out, and Matt's just waiting for us to kill each other so he can claim winner.
All I'm saying is, who wants 3 hangovers in a row? Am I right? Am I right?
Okay. Listen, you know what's really funny? It's funny that we're talking about the Hangover when we have Matt Burkett planning his trip to Vegas.
That's true.
Is there going to be a Hangover 4 in the works with Monstrosities and Brian?
Oh boy.
I can only, the fact that I was telling Brian the other day, I'm like, can you imagine like if we went to our past selves, our teenager selves 20 some odd years ago, and we're like, hey, you two are going to be taking a trip to Vegas one day to meet the actors who are in a movie called The Greasy Strangler. You know what I mean? Like it just seriously, it's ridiculous. But I hope there's some fun hijinks to be had for sure.
Okay, let's
First
just.
off, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, first off, they'd say, who the hell are you? Second off, where are the cops? Third off, Greasy Strangler.
Yes. All of the above.
Okay, so let's just do a quick closing argument. Matthew Farden, go first with your closing argument against both of us.
Nobody wants 3 handoffs. Closing argument is basically straightforward. Some movies have to stay just one movie, no matter how much they want to just make it a cash grab and they want to keep it going. Sometimes a sequel a trilogy works, like Back to the Future, for example. But The Hangover is just a standalone. Yes, there were funny things in the other 2 movies. I got to give that credit. But
yes,
The Hangover is The Hangover, not The Hangovers.
Okay, fair enough. Over to Matt Burkett.
Finish him.
Highlander 2, Highlander 3, Highlander 4 and 5. No, thank you. Number 1 and number 1 only. Oh yeah, by the way, and Predator 2 as well.
Fatality.
Okay, listen. Again, you can get some enjoyment out of the Hangover sequels, even though they're not really recommended. And again, I'm just gonna say, Highlander TV show, fucking awesome. Highlander 3, Mario Van Peebles. But Predator, listen everybody, you can't surpass the first Predator, and I don't care if Predator 2's trash, Predators was even worse, Alien vs. Predator was even worse on top of that, and then Shane Black decides to do the shit on top of the fucking Sunday, okay? The Predator is, oh my god, there's no saving this franchise unless they erase the sequels completely or bring back Arnold as Dutch in a direct sequel. Other than that, there's no saving this fucking franchise. So that's where you guys gotta go Team J all the way. So everybody in the chat, who's you pick? And if you guys have any like franchises that you wanna Thanos snap the sequels away, please let us know.
Type RKO for Highlander, okay? Because we're gonna RKO the living hell out of Jay and his little Predator hate going on here.
And for the hangover, just use the beer emoji and like the confused emoji.
Okay, that was a lot of fucking fun. Let's take it. Let's get it out of the cage now. Woo! Look at that.
Just like that.
My blood was boiling so much. Now it's time for me to. Woo!
You just Thanos you just Thanos transitioned us out of that debate.
You know, that's what I was like. That debate we could probably do again. I can think of other franchises I want to get rid of the sequels. So I think that was a good start. So hopefully we'll be more Rage in the Cages. And yo, both of you gentlemen, thank you for partaking in this Rage in the Cage debate. That was a hell of fun, dude.
It was
Of course. Glad to partake in it with you, gents.
So,
Definitely.
Matt, I want to hear some of your other fandom outside Godzilla. Like, name some of your other favorite movies and favorite franchises outside Godzilla and Kaiju and stuff.
Well, dude, I'm a big just movie fan in general. I mean, I will watch just about anything. Godzilla and Tokusatsu and Kaiju tend to be the one I'm most passionate about. It's obviously with all the stuff, extracurricular stuff I do with the videos and such. But I'm a big sci-fi fan. Not necessarily newer incarnations, but like Star Wars, Star Trek, Alien, Predator, Jaws, monster movies in general. Like I said, film is a really big passion of mine, so I love discovering like new things. Like streaming in general is just so wonderful because it's given a lot of independent filmmakers the opportunity to kind of throw their stuff out there and be found more easily, right? There's a couple of directors by the name of, I think it's Benson and Moorhead. They did a movie called The Endless, which you can actually go see right now on Netflix that I highly recommend. Okay. These guys make the kinds of movies that I really like. They have a new one coming out called Synchronic, or I'm sorry, is it Synchronic? Yeah, Synchronic. And it looks fascinating. You know, it looks amazing. And yeah, indie film, that kind of stuff. Like me some video games too. Like I was just saying to you, Jay, me and my buddy Max just played Alien vs. Predator, the Capcom ROM, on this little RetroPie thing, and it's just I love games. I'm making my way through Red Dead Redemption right now. I'm stoked that freaking Horizon Zero Dawn is getting that sequel because Horizon Zero Dawn is my favorite video game of all time. And yeah, so I'm a little bit of everything, but I don't really talk about it that much because it's, you know, typically only like, oh, Godzilla, you know.
Hannah Ray in the chat says that was a better debate than the presidential debate. Thank you very much. I think any debate would be better than that debate. Man, I got a question for you. Name a movie that besides Greasy Samurai, name a movie that no one expects that you would like.
And nobody would expect that.
No one would expect.
That's tough. I don't know. Boy, you really caught me off guard with that one. I would have to think about that one. Yeah. I mean, the first one I would say would be like freaking Cats or something, because Cats is freaking hilarious. Like that movie cracks me up.
Oh God. God.
But I don't really know if that's like to be expected or not. You know, like okay, one of my favorite movies of all time is 12 Angry Men, the original with Henry Fonda, one of the Fondas.
Maybe Peter Fonda.
Yeah, Peter Fonda. Yeah. One of my favorites, Deliverance. It's another one of my favorite movies of all time. Just an amazing suspense thriller movie. I mean, those aren't really typically flicks I talk about too much. You know what I mean? So.
All right. Hey, chat. This is open floor time because we're wrapping this up soon. So open floor. Ask us anything. So let's see. Here we go. Tom Cruise Mummy movie was bad. Yes. That's a franchise that we can't fix, man. Wow. Here we go. Sorry. Because I know there's a delay in the chat here.
Paul has a correction. It was Henry Fonda.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Thank you for that, Paul. Peter is the son.
Good movie.
I'm so out of breath right now. I'm totally out of freaking breath.
That's what happens when you get beat in the cage, Jay. You get
out of breath. I'm gonna pull you back in the cage someday.
You're confused, man.
I'm definitely gonna pull you back. Definitely gonna pull you back in the cage one of these nights. So one thing I'm really enjoying right now is giving a chance to promote, I guess. Marq and I, because right now movie theaters are closed, one thing we're doing on this channel, for those who are new to NerdCage Live, we react to like nerd culture and news, but we also been doing, because the movie theaters have been closed, we're doing look backs. So we've been not like reviewing movies, we do these like look backs, retrospectives of movies that for example, we just did the 30th anniversary of King of New York. We did the 25th anniversary of Seven. We did the 25th anniversary of Mortal Kombat. So we're hitting these movies that are celebrating like milestone years. So it feels really good to like go back and watch these films that I'm either watching them for the first time, or I've never seen them before, or or haven't seen them in a long time. So, like I said, we just did King of New York. I had a field day rewatching that film. We got other anniversaries coming up. We're gonna be
gotta rewatch that.
We're gonna be doing we're gonna do a look back at Superman 2 because 40th anniversary. For Halloween, we're gonna do the 60th anniversary of Psycho. In November, we got a bunch of them. We're gonna do the 5th anniversary of Creed. In December, we're doing the 20th anniversary of Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and then next year we got a bunch of films that we're gonna look back at. So, yeah, so I'm like, it feels good to be like rewatching some of these old movies that I haven't seen in a while, or rewatching again. So, it's been a really, really fun trip. So, like, yeah, like again, this is what you inspired me, Matt. Like, your reviews are like not like the stereotypical reviews that you see everybody else doing. Like, you guys have your own take on it, and we're trying to do the same thing. Like, we're doing our own take. Like I said, we don't want to call them reviews, we call them look backs, and we just talk about stuff behind the scenes. We talk about what we think of certain scenes, what we like, what we don't like, and it's hella fun. So
it means a lot, man, and it's really cool that you guys are like, just giving these movies the time of day like that, because everything that you listed there are a lot of great features,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and especially doing it in like a look back formula, because as opposed to just doing a review, you guys are just like coming together and just saying what you liked, what you didn't like, but you're also leaving it open to the folks at home to make their own, draw up their own conclusions, like on more of like a neutral like base, instead of going, this is my review. It's just a look back. We're just taking a look at it.
Yeah, it's like a journey, And and then like one of our biggest ones that we're getting a lot of good feedback. Back in July, we did the 20th anniversary of the first X-Men movie, and like Marq is like a wealth of knowledge when it comes to comic books and movies like that. Like, and we were talking about like what like who else was casted as Wolverine before Hugh Jackman got the job, like stuff like that. So we do these fun facts, throughout this thing too, and it's just fun. Like, we react to each other's facts that we don't know. So, we really like, we just want like I said, we want to try to do something different. We don't want to be like another movie review channel, just like another channel. We're trying to do something different, and it's been like hella fun. So,
awesome. And
we're also do podcasts too. Like these lookbacks we do the YouTube video and we do the podcast. We're on Podbean and Amazon, iHeartRadio, everything else. So you can actually listen to us too, talk about that. So
that's super cool.
Yeah. So like I said, Matt,
exactly.
Matt Burkett, like I said, you've been a huge inspiration to our channel, and you helped me build this channel. So thank you very much for and helping me, give me advice on how to operate this damn thing. And of course, these live streams. Of course, we do these live streams every Thursday, inspired by you as well, dude. So thank you so fucking much.
Bro, it takes tenacity and drive and motivation to pull what you've pulled off in this, arena. Mm-hmm. So, the credit goes to you. I mean, thank you for, asking me these questions and stuff, to help you get started and everything. But it was really your tenacity along with Marq's to really get this started.
Oh boy, we got a question. Not so much a question, but a statement. So Matt, Marq and I are like rabid, like The Boys on Amazon Prime. We're huge fans of that show. And we did a spoiler discussion a few weeks ago with our buddy Dion from Off the Beaten Podcast. By the way, subscribe to his channel as well. Paul Tackett is also a Boys fan, and he just mentioned The Boys. So I have a question to the both of you gentlemen. So Matthew Farden and to Matt Burkett, have you guys checked out The Boys yet?
I am still going to. I had stuff come up, so I wasn't able to like sit down and really just like binge it. But I'm still, because I got to prepare for that for when we're on next week. Next week. Yeah.
Yes.
So it's gonna happen. I'm gonna binge it, and then I'll be able to give like a full like rendition of that in the discussion.
You know how Matt Burkett, you've been going across the internet recommending the Greasy Strangler. I've been doing the same thing for The Boys. Just ask Titan Goji. Just ask everybody else. The Boys. Like, I bleed that damn show, and like, Matt, listen to me. You've got to watch it. I'm telling you, you're doing yourself a great disservice. Listen, I know how you feel about the MCU. I know how you feel about superheroes in general, but this is a satire on the genre. You've got to watch it. It's dark. It's gritty. It's got some great dialogue. There's blood and guts. There's dicks. There's tits. It's got everything. You need to watch this fucking show. And the finale, the season 2 finale, drops on Amazon Prime tonight after this stream, and we are going to react to it on next week's stream. So, Paul Tackett, thank you for bringing that up. And everybody, like I said, look at it, everybody's like, yes, it's on my watch. Yes, watch it. Skip whatever you're doing. Whatever movie that's on your playlist, whatever you need to go, just jump ahead, watch The Boys. Just watch that first episode. Watch that first episode. I dare you not to get hooked. Matt Burkett, I dare you, I challenge you to watch The Boys and not get hooked.
I think I will take that challenge, and I think I will be able to step away after episode 1.
We'll see.
I'm sorry for being such a fucking asshole about it. I fucking hate American superhero movies.
What a
It's not. Listen, it's not like
exactly, Matthew. No, Matthew has it right. I am a Debbie Downer. I fucking hate American superhero stuff. I hate the culture around it. I loved it as a kid, you know, and part of me still likes the X-Men and stuff like that. But my God, it has been beaten into the ground like a dead horse. I mean,
like this. Listen, this show makes fun of the MCU. It makes fun of DC, clearly. And look at Alexander Swell says The Boys is pretty great.
Then I'll do it. If it's got that Deadpool vibe, then
it's not like Deadpool because it doesn't like break the fourth wall. It's like I say, it's like a satire. Like I said, think like the Justice League, but if they were assholes, all right? Like they're absolute fucking assholes, and you just want to see these people burn, and it's just layer after layer after layer of shit just unfolding. It's just, I'm telling you, man. I pull everybody's leg. Matt, I will pull your leg and rip it off like fucking Mortal Kombat and beat you to death with it. You need to fucking watch this show. All right?
And then you
park that superhero bullshit you have in the back of your mind and watch The fucking Boys. It's on Amazon Prime. It won't kill you. I promise.
Well, apparently, if I don't watch it, you plan on killing me with my own leg.
Well, no, you're not gonna die. I mean, I'll beat you with your leg.
Death either way, you know?
And I'll give you a prosthetic leg.
He'll reattach it and give it a nice little kiss.
And then you know what? And then after you watch The Boys, you will forgive me. You will forgive me for beating you with your own leg after you're done watching The Boys.
If I watch it and I don't like it, then what do I get out of it, huh? What happens then?
We can think of something. Wink.
You get to beat him with your own leg.
Wow. After all the comments that just happened,
no.
Now I'm starting to wonder.
Listen,
boy.
I recommend it. Your boy Paul recommends it. Alex the Swell recommends it. Titan Goji will tell you. Listen to Titan Goji. All right. Well, I'm telling you, man.
But Titan Goji likes Gundam. I don't listen to Davis.
Oh my God.
Davis knows this. He likes Gunhead too. Have you seen Gunhead? It's terrible.
I have not. The only reason, one fun fact about Gunhead. The only reason why I know about Gunhead. Do you remember the Godzilla vs. Biollante VHS tape?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I know about Gunhead. I've never watched it.
It's Matthew, have you seen that movie, Gunhead?
No, I have not.
Yeah,
I saw Guns Akimbo, which was hilarious.
Is that the one with Daniel Radcliffe?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, it's great.
Oh, God.
And I watched it with Jay. Yeah, I watched it with Jay.
Sorry,
man.
I couldn't resist.
Is that a foreign DVD or Blu-ray you got?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Is it like extra special features on there because it's like not a US release?
You know what's funny is that it's still in the shrink wrap. I have so many movies and so many games because I'm so goddamn busy between 2 jobs and this channel. Yeah, I've been busy and I haven't been but yeah, that is a Highlander 3 from Europe actually. So
That's awesome.
okay,
That's
listen.
awesome.
Okay, so it's after 9 o'clock. So all right. So I did my boys rant. I'm glad everybody kind of stuck up for me a little bit. So before we go, gentlemen, I want you guys to like promote yourself and tell us where we can find you and so on. Oh yeah, and KAIJU Masterclass. So Matt Burkett, I'll start with you, man.
There was a convention that happened last weekend that you guys should really go check out. It's called KAIJU Masterclass. You can actually find it on YouTube. They did a ton of interviews, 22
Link in the
guests,
description.
all of which had something to do with the wonderful and beautiful and weird genre of tokusatsu and kaiju. I had very, very, very little to do with it, but the guys who put it together are completely and totally worth supporting, and
Yes.
they actually are interested in doing something like this again in the future. And the more support that we throw towards stuff like this, the more they're going to see like, oh, hey, cool, yeah, there's actually an audience for this. Let's do it again. But guys like Patrick Galvin, Eric Hominick, the boys over at KAIJU Transmission, Steve Rifle, they're all a part of it. It's really tremendous, and they did an amazing job that weekend.
Yeah, I watched some of it too. I really enjoyed it. I watched their intro video, and of course, I watched the Nick Adams' daughter and Henry Saperstein's daughter, their panel. That was hella fun. Great facts. If you guys are fan, so it's actually Matthew Farden. You remember Godzilla versus Monster Zero, the one with the Planet X and the dark nipples and.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I
So remember the American astronaut, played by Nick Adams.
Yeah.
So what? And this online convention here, his daughter talked about that actor in that movie, as well as War of the Gargantuas and Frankenstein Conquers the World. It was fascinating. So if you guys haven't checked out KAIJU Masterclass, if there's anyone that I recommend, check out the one with Nick Adams and Henry Saperstein. It's bloody fantastic. I was hooked from the get-go, and I cannot wait to watch the other panels on that channel. So yes,
You heard the man. Check it out.
the
Go
link
do
is
it.
in the
Go even look
description.
right now.
The link is in the description. Check it out. Subscribe. Check all those out. And of course, Matt. Of course, your channel, Monstrosities.
Oh yeah.
I'm a huge fan. If you
Like
couldn't
and
tell.
subscribe. Yes, please. We post content up on there. If you go to actually any of our videos, you'll find a link in there to like my Twitter, Instagram, the Discord. We post content irregularly, but we typically have live streams and stuff like that. We have a nice little community going, a lot of really fun people involved there, and it's good stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, and like I said, your reviews, like I said, it was the War of the Gargantuas review that got me hooked on your channel. Then I binged all your reviews, and then I met you at G-Fest, and I'm thinking to myself, well, hope this guy's not a dick, but... and I'm like, all right, okay, he's a cool dude. And
Jury's still out on that one.
so yeah, like I said,
semi-decently good write-up chap fellow.
if you're, like I said, even if you're not, listen, I know there's people, most of them are NerdCage people that are in here. Listen, even if you're not like a diehard kaiju fan, you should definitely check out Monstrosities because their unique perspective. They laugh at the movies, they have fun with them. It's definitely a great channel, and like I said, his reviews are just like in its own, they're in their own realm, their own style, and I think even if you're not like a diehard kaiju fan, I think you can enjoy this channel and so on and so forth. So yeah, so the link to Monstrosities is in the description. And of course, my homie Matthew Farden, my former colleague in college, my former roommate, my former coworker, we worked together on the previous channel. That was a hell of fun. But Matthew Farden, your career is taking an interesting turn. Please give us where everyone can find your work and stuff.
Yes, of course. So, just like from the last podcast, you can visit MatthewFarden.com. It's got a list of my demos on there. It's got my information. You can contact me if there's anybody. I have a fully upgraded system here, so I have like a good home studio set up, especially with all the COVID stuff going on. So a lot of remote work. So if anybody needs a voice, just let me know. I always do the best I can to have really good, reasonable rates, and I'm here to make you look better.
Just a little secret, he's the Joker voice in the intro and Rage in the Cage in our outro. He's the voice of NerdCage.
I've been discovered!
That's amazing. That's awesome, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, dude, you guys have been fucking fantastic. I'm just gonna say again, I mean, I'm hoping I can get my mouth off your dick for just a second here, but like, like I said, Matt Burkett, your channel got me through tough times. Okay, Matthew Farden knows me personally. He knows what happened to me a couple years ago. You know, losing my house, not my house, but thrown out of the house I was living in, and and everything else. So like, I wasn't depressed or anything, but it was a still shitty part of my life a couple years ago.
Oh, it was a major setback.
And your live streams, Matt Burkett, got me through some tough times, and that's why you what you do means so much to me. And like I said, you helped me build this channel, so you know, it's just been a really, really great ride. And like I said, your channel means the world to me, and I hope everyone else. I know there's a lot of people that feel the same way. So you know, Matt, I know you don't really know, but like I said, you got me through a lot of tough times, and I really, really appreciate. Please don't stop what you're doing. I know you got your life, you got your work and stuff, but please keep the Monstrosity stuff going, man. It gets me through, and I'm sure it gets a lot of people through too. So keep up the great work, man.
That means a lot, dude. And I'm really glad that silly stuff like that could play a component in trying to get you through times like that you had to go through. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate you consistently always saying and promoting the stuff that we do, and also inviting me on here to talk about this stuff and, you know, to have fun with Matthew. It's been a real freaking pleasure.
Likewise.
I mean, it kind of goes back to what I was mentioning about this little community thing, because Jay is very much part of it. You know, Jay's part of the Monstrosities family. You know, there's actually quite a few that are actually in the NerdCage live chat as well. We're just we're a fun, tight little, you know, group of people. You know, we talked about people tonight. You know, Don Potts, Davis. You know, these are all friends and good people. And the fact that we can all kind of just be there for each other, help each other out, and, you know, laugh and have a good time. And you know, it's a real honor, man. And I really appreciate the excessively kind words. It means a hell of a lot. So thank you.
And on behalf of myself and, of course, Mark Withers, who couldn't be here. Mark, we hope you get well soon. We need you back. He'll be back next week. Honestly, unexpected sickness, but he'll be okay. I hope everyone wishes him well. But listen, Matt Burkett, yes. So Matt Burkett, I was going to ask you, please, we would love to have you back on NerdCage Live, so that way you can go toe-to-toe with Mark on another debate.
Yeah, because you got your ass kicked in this last round. You're gonna need somebody to come and save you. So
no. I don't need Mark's help to take your ass out, man.
I see in the comments Paul asked for Bob Dylan. So in the spirit of Bob Dylan, you got your ass kicked by the man in the cage.
that's awesome.
It's time to realize.
No, I would seriously, Jay, if you want me back, I would be down.
Yes, if the stars align right again, you know, we'll have you back with Mark on here, and we can go another round.
Get Matthew on here too. We'll do a tag team freaking match. I'll tag team with Matthew. It'll be Eminem versus J&M.
World War Rage in the Cage, baby.
And then Mark will turn heel. He'll hit you with a steel chair, and he'll join our faction, and we'll just all win. You know?
Yeah. Like I said, if we can lure Mark in to some of the kaiju movies and Greasy Strangler, like that's like ultimate victory right there.
Yep. Two for victory.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh my God, shit was way too much fun. Couldn't resist. I had to throw that Zelda sound effect in there. So, listen, everybody, again, thank you to Matthew Farden for stepping up for Mark. Matt Burkett, thank you for taking the time off your busy schedule to be here. We can't wait to have you back.
Great. Thank you guys for having me. And Matthew, thanks for filling in. It was really nice to get to meet you.
Everybody in the chat, thank you so much. You guys are amazing. Listen, you know what I love about this NerdCage Foundation? We have my people, we got Mark's people, and we got the Monstrosities people that come in here, and everyone else that discovers this channel. Yes, please like and subscribe. We promise we're going to work hard all the time to make this channel better. We do have more stuff coming up. We are going to record a 20th anniversary look back at Remember the Titans this weekend, and Superman 2 will follow. And of course, next live stream will be NerdCage Live Assemble with Matthew Farden and Dion McGill from Off the Beaten Podcast, and Mark will be back. And of course, and then 2 weeks from now on the 29th, well, 3 weeks, on the 29th, Zach Householder, the guitarist from Whitechapel, will be on NerdCage Live for an open floor hangout. Cannot wait. we have more guests coming. I'm talking to more big names. I will not say who, but there are more people coming back on NerdCage Live. So everyone stay tuned. And again, keep checking out our content. Be sure to check out Matt Farden if you need a voice. Please check out Monstrosities if you just need some escapism. Great stuff. So listen to everybody. Before we go, we ask you to pretty please like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, and spread that shit like fucking syphilis. So the USA, from Syracuse, New York, to Los Angeles, California, to Phoenix, Arizona, to all of our friends and fans around the world at NerdCage Live, enjoy life, stay safe, and good night.
Peace out. Adios.
Yes. I want to hear Grandpa Pickles, please.
Back in my day, Tommy, 15 million people walked down the street, and you know, Stu, you gotta leave Tommy out of this.
Just funny enough, at the Chicago Comic-Con, I learned a very valuable lesson, and so I didn't see much about it, but like one of the centerpiece presentations was a discussion with the cast of Umbrella Academy, and I learned a very valuable lesson that if you don't show up 3 hours early, you're not gonna get a seat. You're not getting it.
Trying to get out of the NerdCage, are ya? Well, before you go, hit that subscribe button. And if you're really intrigued, ring that bell. Thank you for dropping by. Until next time, tell everyone you know about NerdCage Live!
Thanks a lot, everybody. This is